Underwater and above ground caves make most people claustrophobic, and while most don't ever have to deal with it, there are others who like to venture out and explore new things, even underwater caves. Today we're going to be discussing a movie in which 6 ladies decide to go cave exploring to cheer one of them up in an unknown cave, which turns out to be the least of their worries. The name of the movie is The Descent. Please like, share, and subscribe. The movie starts off with Sarah, Beth, and Juno whitewater rafting while Sarah's husband and daughter watch from the shore. And after getting back with her daughter and husband later, she's discussing Juno with her husband when this happens. Both Sarah's husband and daughter are instantly killed in a head-on collision. About a year later, Sarah, Juno, and Beth reunite with Sam and Rebecca, and they meet the new friend Holly, all trying to cheer up their friend, Sarah. You see, Sarah has been kind of reclusive since the horrible accident. The ladies all enjoy themselves having a slumber party and just reminiscing about old times. Next, you see Juno out for a jog. She's the most energetic of all of them. You see, with Juno's athleticism and cunning, she suggests that the ladies go on a cave diving trip to help cheer Sarah up. And as the ladies are enjoying the beautiful scenery, they pass a few dead animals that seem strange, but they overlook it. Later, Juno rappels down first and yells up that it's beautiful for everyone else to come down. One by one, they descend down into the cave. And another clue is one of them notices scratches and blood on the wall. However, at this point, they're not too concerned about it. Later, one of them stumbles across a bat's nest. However, Juno comforts her later on. As the ladies continue to descend into the caves, they have brief discussions on where they're going to go. Juno hasn't told them yet. She doesn't have a map of the cave. However, they continue on, eventually lighting torches for better view. Juno tries to keep everyone encouraged and keep her spirits, knowing full well she doesn't have a map of the cave and has no idea where they're going. You see, she had a map of the cave, but didn't bring it. And as they continue caving, they hear a noise. And also, Sarah gets stuck. Trying to unwedge herself, she causes the cave to implode, leaving them stuck hundreds of feet below the surface with no map. Juno eventually tells them that she was trying to explore a different cave system. However, she has no knowledge of how it's mapped. You see, Juno and Sarah are actually friends trying to mend their relationship. Juno keeps trying to apologize to Sarah for her infidelity with her husband. That was what caused the accident due to her and him arguing on the road earlier. And just at that moment, Sarah has a flashback of the horrible accident scene. Meanwhile, the other ladies are trying to find a way out, another entrance or another exit. As the other ladies are arguing about which way they should go, Holly sees a light. She goes for it. However, she falls, horribly splintering it and breaking her leg. Meanwhile, as the other ladies are tending to her injuries, Sarah hears something in the distance and goes to try and investigate, eventually following the noise to a pale humanoid creature when no one believes her when she tells them. The ladies are amazed at the speed of this humanoid creature, but they also notice that it can't stand the light. During the uproar, they all became disconnected from Holly, and Sarah fell down another hole. However, the humanoids went to retrieve Holly's body and began fighting over who was going to eat it. These creatures are cannibals. While Sarah is killing one of the creatures, Juno, hearing a noise, overreacts and plunges one of her spears through one of her fellow cave divers. Horrified and embarrassed, Juno just slides away into the darkness, while Sarah, who had been incapacitated, awakens to hear the melee with the creatures eating Holly. Although these creatures are blind, they rely on their other senses to hunt. As the ladies lie still, the creatures pass over them and fight amongst themselves over the bodies that they've already recovered when Juno appears and destroys one of them. As the ladies briefly unite, they decide to investigate one of the creatures to see what they look like and realize that they are in fact blind. And it's why they didn't attack them as long as they stayed still. The movie progresses as the ladies attempt to assess each other and assess the injuries of their other friends. Later, the ladies are finding themselves battling for their lives and each other. And as the movie continues, they are struck down one by one and dragged off by the creatures. As the ladies valiantly fight back, it's to no avail. Sarah then devises a plan to try and take some of them down. As Sarah and Juno continue to fight, Sarah stabs Juno. And in a final showdown between the two, Sarah stabs her in the leg again to keep her from following her, and then she dashes off. Juno is then surrounded by the humanoids and has to deal with them alone. They eventually devour her as Sarah escapes through the hatch. As she escapes through the woods running for her life, she eventually finds a truck and takes off. Once she parks, she has a memory of one of the victims. And this is where the US release version of the movie ends. But if you saw the European version, you realize that she was only dreaming when she came out of that hole. She's actually still stuck in the cave, having delusional memories of her daughter having a birthday cake with her as the inhabitants of the cave close in on her, and the movie ends. This is our concluding review of The Descent. Please like, share, and subscribe to Where in the World is Frank and Gina on YouTube. God bless. Take care.